Planning to spend 4 days in Athens but not sure how to organize your time? Athens can feel a bit overwhelming at first, but there is ancient history everywhere, different neighborhoods, day trips and food experiences, and it's not always obvious how to put everything together. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how to spend 4 days in Athens in a way that actually makes sense. And if we haven't met, I'm Chrysoula, a local here in Greece, and I help travelers plan smarter trips around the country. So let's get straight into it, starting with your first day. So, for your first day, I would recommend starting with the Acropolis. Now, one important thing to know is that the Acropolis works with time slots, so you need to book in advance, especially in high season. And here is what I recommend. Either book the 8 AM time slot or go for an early access guided tour, because this is really the only way to experience it before it gets crowded and too hot. With the early tour, you enter right when it opens, you head straight up to the Parthenon and you explore the site before the big tour groups and cruise ship passengers arrive. And the other big advantage is that you are not just walking around, you actually understand what you're seeing. Your guide explains the Parthenon, the Erechtheion, the Theatre of Dionysus, and all the stories behind them. And with the earsets, you can hear everything clearly even when it starts getting busy. So overall, it's much better experience compared to visiting on your own. I'll leave the links to the official site for tickets and the tour I recommend in the description below. Once you're done, head straight to the Acropolis Museum. It's right at the base of the Acropolis, so it's very easy to combine the two. And this is not just another museum, it actually helps you understand everything you just saw up there. This is also a great place to take a break. The cafe has a really nice view of the Acropolis, so it's perfect if you want to sit down for a bit and recharge. Alternatively, you can go for lunch nearby at a taverna like Opos Palιά. From here, continue on foot towards Hadrian's Arch. This is a quick stop, but it's actually quite interesting. It marks the point between ancient Greek Athens and Roman Athens. Right next to it, you'll see the Temple of Olympian Zeus. You don't necessarily need to go inside. Even from the outside, you can really appreciate how massive it was, with just a few of the original columns still standing today. Then head up to Anafiotika. This is one of the most unique areas in Athens. Small whitewashed houses, narrow alleys, and it genuinely feels like you're stepped into a Greek island right under the Acropolis. From there, just take your time wandering through Plaka. You'll pass neoclassical buildings, small shops, cafes. You can also see the Roman Agora, either from the outside or go in if you're interested. In the evening, stay in the area for dinner. Places like Platanos or Scholarchio are great options if you're looking for something traditional. And then to end your first day, head towards Monastiraki for rooftop drinks. Around sunset, the view of the Acropolis from there is really something, and it's a very easy and relaxed way to wrap up your day. Now, for your second day, I would start with a food tour. And honestly, this is one of the best things you can do in Athens, especially early in your trip. You will try a mix of traditional Greek flavors like koulouri, loukoumades, pies, cheeses, and local products like olive oil, honey, and wine. The tour also takes you through Varvakios Market and Evripidou Street, which are some of the most local areas in the city's center. And towards the end, you'll stop at a couple of tavernas and finish with something classic like a souvlaki pita. So it's not just about the food, it's also a great way to get a feel for Athens. I will leave the link to the tour I recommend in the description below. After that, continue along Ermou Street. This is the main shopping street in Athens, and it will lead you straight to Syntagma Square. Here you can catch the changing of the guard in front of the parliament. It takes place every hour on the hour, so it's very easy to time it as you pass by. From there, walk through the National Garden, a really nice break from the city, and continue to Zapion Hall. Then head to the Panathinaik Stadium. This is the stadium where the first modern Olympic Games were held in 1896, and it's the only stadium in the world made entirely of marble. In the afternoon, head to Philopapou Hill. It's one of the best spots for sunset in Athens, with amazing views of the Acropolis, and a much more relaxed atmosphere compared to other viewpoints. After that, you can head down to Thysio or Psyri for dinner. Both areas have great options and a really nice evening vibe. Now, for your third day, this is where I would recommend doing a day trip from Athens. There are a few really good options here, and it really depends on what kind of experience you're looking for. The first option is Delphi. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most important archaeological sites in Greece. In ancient times, it was considered the center of the world, and this is where people came to consult the Oracle of Delphi, the priestess known as the Pythia. Today, you can walk through the ruins, see the Temple of Apollo where the Oracle once spoke, and visit the ancient theater, all set in a really beautiful mountain landscape. The second option is Meteora. This is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's one of the most unique places in Greece. Monasteries built on top of huge rock formations. It's very impressive visually, but it's a long day from Athens, so just keep that in mind. Another option is Nafplio, combined with Mykine and Epidavros. Both Mykine and Epidavros are UNESCO World Heritage Sites, but they offer two very different experiences. At Mykine, you will explore the remains of one of the most powerful ancient kingdoms in Greece, entering through the famous Lion Gate and stepping into a site connected to myths like Agamemnon and the Trojan War. At Epidavros, you'll visit one of the best preserved ancient theaters in the world, known for its incredible acoustics. And Nafplio adds a completely different side to the day. A beautiful seaside town where you can walk around, have lunch, and enjoy a more relaxed pace. Finally, you have the option of the three-island cruise to Hydra, Poros, and Aegina. This is a completely different kind of experience. Instead of focusing on archaeology, you're out on the water, stopping at different islands, walking through small towns, and just enjoying a more relaxed day. This is a great option, especially between May and October, when the weather is good and the sea is calm. So overall, there isn't one right option here. It really depends on what you enjoy more. And I will leave links to the tours I recommend in the description below. Now, for your final day, I would keep things a bit more relaxed, but still include a couple of really important spots. Start your morning at the National Archaeological Museum. This is one of the most important museums in Greece, and it gives you a much deeper understanding of everything you've seen throughout your trip. From here, head towards the ancient Agora. This is where ancient Athens really comes to life. It was the heart of the city where people gathered, shopped, and discussed politics. You can walk through the site, see the Temple of Hephaestus, and visit the Stoa Vatalos, which has been reconstructed and now houses a small museum. After that, make your way to Monastiraki. This is a great area for a final walk and for picking up souvenirs, especially around the flea market. For lunch, head to Varvakios Market and to Epirus Restaurant. It's a local spot known for traditional dishes, especially soups. Simple, authentic, and very different from the more touristy places. In the afternoon, this is where I would suggest doing something a bit special. Head out to Sunio for a half-day trip. You'll drive along the Athenian Riviera and eventually reach the Temple of Poseidon. It's set right on the edge of the cliff, overlooking the sea, and it's one of the best sunset spots near Athens. I will leave a link to the Sunio tour I recommend in the description below. It's a really beautiful and calm way to end your trip. Something a bit different from the city and a memorable final moment. And that's how I would spend 4 days in Athens, to really make the most of your time here. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Greece travel tips. And if you're planning a trip to Greece, you can also check the links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.